In my last video, I talked about Runick Manchuria, but that episode was not about Runick. That was just about Omen. So I should probably talk about what the Runick cards are. Also, I'm pretty sure in Master Duel, Runick is like a super threat. I'm not a Master Duel player, so I can't confirm that. But in the TCG, the cards are the same. We have 8 quick play spell cards, a continuous spell, a field spell, and 4 fusion monsters. I'll go over the continuous spell first. Makes it so anytime a quick play spell card is activated, you get to banish the top card of your opponent's deck. You can only control one of them though. It does not matter if it's a Runick quick play spell card or something like Forbidden Droplet. Runick Fountain makes it so you can use any Runick quick play spell card during your opponent's turn. And once per turn, if a Runick quick play spell card is activated, you can target 3 of your Runick quick play spell cards in your graveyard, put them on the bottom of your deck, and draw that many cards. Now let's go over the quick play spells. They all share very similar effects. You can only activate one of them per turn. When you activate them, the next time you enter your battle phase, it's skipped. It is not the battle phase of this current turn. It's just the next one. Also, they have 2 effects. And you activate one of these 2 effects. Either this one or this one. The second one is the same for all of them. You summon one of your Runick monsters from your extra deck to your extra monster center. And as we have only 4, it's one of these 4. Then they each have their own special effect. Golden Dust here makes it so your opponent draws a card, and you banish the top 4 cards of their deck. Freezing Curse makes it so you target an effect monster your opponent controls, banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and negate that card's effect. Runick Tip, I'm not going to make a joke about this, makes it so you can add any Runick card from your deck to your hand except Runick Tip, and banish the top card of your opponent's deck. Dispelling makes it so if your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, you discard a random card from your opponent's hand and banish the top 2 cards of their deck. This does not say except by drawing, just during the draw phase. So if your opponent activates Pot of Desires, this still can banish more of your opponent's cards. Although, it might be, if you're going against Grand Maju, you might want to watch out. Runick Slumber makes it so you target any monster on the field, it has to be a monster, and that next time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not destroyed, and you banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. This can, if it's your opponent's turn and they want to battle, you can just protect one of your monsters. Or if your opponent has destructions effects and they try to destroy their own cards to get effects, you can stop that. Flashing Fire, once you target a special summon monster your opponent controls, destroy it and banish the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. Smiting Storm banishes cards from the top of your opponent's deck up to the number of cards they control. Which, this one, unlike the others, which will focus on doing something to your opponent's cards, this one just gets rid of the top cards of your deck. And Runick Destruction, target a spell / trap card your opponent controls, destroy it, and then banish the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. It's all very similar. They focus on banishing the top cards of your opponent's deck, so eventually your opponent's just not going to be able to draw cards, and they automatically lose. One thing to note though, if your opponent had, let's say you attempted to activate Freezing Curse, your opponent had 2 cards left in deck. You cannot actually activate Freezing Curse, as you cannot banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. That's why sometimes you just can't activate these. On one of them, you can almost always activate is Runick Tip, as it only banishes the top card of your opponent's deck. So that's all of our main deck cards. Let's go to the extra deck. Again, when it's summoned, you discard a card to add any Runick field spell from your deck to your hand, which implies the existence of more than one Runick field spell, but there just isn't. It also makes it so if a card you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card instead. It does not have to be your Runick card, it can be any card you want. And its last effect makes it so if this card is destroyed by battle card effect, return to the extra deck. This, of course, does not work with its destruction replacement effect, as that banishes, it does not get destroyed. Moonin makes it so, if it's summoned, you discard a card to add any Runick continuous spell, which, again, implies the existence of more than one. There is only one. When your opponent activates a card that targets a Runick card you control, or a set card you control, quick effect, you can banish this card you control, negate that activation, and you do destroy that. This one protects from targeting, and during your end phase, you gain 1,000 life points. It doesn't matter if it's yours or your opponent's end phase. Any end phase. It's good in time. That's about it. This one makes it so it cannot be destroyed by card effect, and if it's destroyed by battle, you can destroy any of your opponent's cards. And if this card's summoned, you can target any non-quick play Runick spell in your graveyard and to your hand. So right now, it's only the continuous spell or the Runick Fountain. The last one makes it so if it battles, you banish your top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. It does not matter if it's attacked or it is attacked. Its other effect makes it so neither player takes any battle damage from battles involving this card. It also makes it so if this card is on the field and destroyed by battle card effect, you can target one Runick quick play spell card in your graveyard add to your hand. You can only use each of those effects once per turn, however. This, because we're almost always skipping our battle phase. This isn't really going to come up. Unless your opponent decides to attack into it, which means they're going to destroy it. So you might get 2 cards from your opponent, and it is destroyed by battle, which means you can add a quick play spell card to your hand, which is fine and all. But I feel like any of the other monsters can do what this does, but better. This one, if it's destroyed by battle, you get more cards. Cannot be destroyed by card effect, you're fine. And then this one gets you a Fountain, which can draw you into so many more cards you've never had before. Also, any of these cards here, any of the quick play spell cards, are able to be used to get into summon this, which then lets you discard a card to add Runick Fountain to hand. Well, last video about Naturia, I didn't do a deck profile or any form of duel, as I don't actually have a Runick deck or a Naturia deck. But what I do have is Runick Naturia. You can ignore the side deck completely, make it as you see fit. This is just how I play it. If you decide you want to play it differently, you can. My Naturia cards I play is 1 Horn Needle, 3 Camilla, 1 Stinkbug, 1 Stunflower, 2 Antshell, 1 Vine, 3 Mole Cricket, 3 Blessing, and 3 Sega Tree. And with all that, you have tons of ways to negate your opponent's cards. You have Battle Negation, you have Monster Effect Negation, you have Spell Effect Negation, you have, if your opponent attempts to summon, you can negate it. Next, we'll talk about the Runick cards I play. I play 3 Freezing Curse for take care of my opponent's effect monsters. I have 3 Tip for searchability, 3 Dispelling, so my opponent adds. I play 2 Slumber for protection. I play 3 Flashing Fire, so I can destroy my opponent's cards, and 3 Destruction, again, so I can destroy my opponent's cards. I also play 3 Fountain. I don't play a continuous spell card, as it's not really that useful. That's not the only cards I actually play in this deck. I play some Seiju cards. Kelbo, Midoriya, and Kelbeck. I play 1 Kelbeck, 2 Midoriya, and 2 Keldo. This makes it so, because we do a lot of milling with this card. If we do a lot of milling, these can get into our graveyard, and then we can start getting rid of cards from one's graveyard effortlessly. Let's talk about the extra deck. I play 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Unicorn. A full Nightmare Brigade. 1 Axis Kotaker, 1 Gaga Cowboy, which, if any of the monsters, this is just here for time. And we don't have that many level 4s, except for the Seiju line, the Camilla, and the Horn Needle. We also play Abyss Dweller, just in case. Number 41, just in case. And Tornado Dragon, just in case. All those are there. We do have cards that can do something similar. This can get rid of spell cards, just like a Tornado Dragon. This gets rid of cards, makes it so your opponent can use cards in the graveyard. Same with this. Vuska makes it so our opponent just can't use monsters anymore. So, it all works out. It also means so we can't do anything. Play 1 Beast, just in case. The only way we can actually make this is it does take a bunch of Earth monsters, as this is a tuner. This and this are only tuners in the deck because of this, if need be. But this is an usually what you're going to use this and one of these, or this and this. You could also go into Cyframe Lord Omega. That only takes one of these and one of these, but has some cool effects. Get rid of cards from your opponent's hand by banishing them, which indirectly gives you hand knowledge. It also, actually really interestingly, during your opponent's standby phase, you can take one of your banished cards and return it to the graveyard. Which means, if you have one of the shufflers, if you use your shufflers, you can put it back into your graveyard for later. Plus, if it's sent to your graveyard, you can target another card in your graveyard, shuffle them both back to the deck. Play one Huggin, play one Moonin, and I play one of these. Of course, like I said, side deck really doesn't matter. I'll be doing against the Nexus bot. The specific deck I'm doing against is Blue Eyes deck. I'm doing this as it's very consistent. It's always the same kind of deck, so if this deck can beat it, I know its comparison to my other decks. Now, with this kind of hand, what do we start with? Well, we'll start with Runick. We'll grab, as we already have Destruction in hand, we'll grab Flashing Fire. And as I said, Destruction is usually the least useful in a duel, so we'll summon Huggin. And activate Huggin's effect to discard Keldo. So we can add Fountain to our hand. And now we have that in our graveyard, so it can be used for later. Next, I'm summoning Enchel, and as this can be activated during my opponent's turn, and I don't want to go into melee monsters, I'll pass turn. This makes it so we can go into more cards on opponent's summons. That is annoying. I think I'm just going to use Huggin to protect. Yeah, I have to let that go. Yeah, that can go. Summon your monster, and Enchel's effect. We'll summon Mole Cricket. Our opponent controls more attack power than us, so our opponent targeting Mole Cricket. So we'll chain Mole Cricket. Excuse me? I definitely clicked on Mole Cricket. I don't know why that's the wrong card. Yeah, there you go. Mole Cricket's effect. Summon Camula and Sunflower. And we'll activate Camula, which lets us send Sacred Tree to our graveyard. And Sacred Tree forces us to activate it, so we can add Nature Blessing to hand. Our opponent summons their monster. Now what we can do is immediately attempt to destroy it. We're going to use Enchel's effect. We're going to summon Stinkbug. They're going to attempt battle. I have one Runick card in my graveyard, 2 Runick cards in my graveyard. So I'll activate Flashing Fire to attempt to destroy that. My opponent is going to, as I expected, get rid of their monster for a new one. So I'm going to, in turn, attempt to activate Nature Sunflower, sending the top 2 cards of my deck to the graveyard. Not want to send that. Our chain of those cards, none of my opponent's cards will not be banished from the top of their deck, as I had never actually destroyed their monster. I'll put back both my tips, and Flashing Fire. And I'll draw my 3 cards. Alright. This turn, I don't get a battle phase, so I don't have to. I still should enter my battle phase, so I'm going to summon Vine Field. Now, with this board, I could attempt to go into Cyframe Lord Omega. I got a 4 here, I got a 2 here, I got a 2 here. I cannot attempt to use this or this for the summon, as those are both tuners. I could also use this, and this to go into Beast. But instead, I'm going to attempt to go to battle phase. My turn is going to get skipped. Opponent's attempt to summon. Attempt to summon someone from grave. I will negate. Summon the top 2 cards of my deck to the graveyard, which includes a Sacred Tree. Which, man, I'll have a Tornado in hand. Opponent's attempt to destroy my monster, and I just so happen to have a Slumber in hand to protect my monster from being destroyed. How many Runick cards do I have in the graveyard? This is something you should always check. I right now have 3. And I'll put them all back onto the bottom of my deck and draw, guessed it, 3 more cards. Attempting to battle, I see. Attempting to use that from graveyard. Do I allow it? It's gonna get a Blue Eyes White Dragon. I could attempt to use Sunflower Tune to stop it, which I'm going to have to get rid of it and Angel if I do that, which I will do. I'm going to get rid of my opponent's monster. I'm just going to switch it out before it actually has a chance to be fully destroyed in time. I'm going to activate Natural Blessing to bring back Sunflower. As I activate their effect, I'm going to chain this and this. Oop. This is going to get summoned on its own, so I'm going to summon Stinkbug to field. Alright. Our opponents can't be destroyed right now. There's no point of attempting to. So I'm just going to set a card face down and attempt to go to battle. The battle phase will get skipped. Attempt to destroy Blessing. Now I could go Synchro Summon right now with this. It doesn't matter if it's an Notorious Synchro, I can go to any Synchro I want. Or, alternatively, I can just let it get destroyed. Our opponent's going to attempt to add that back to hand. I'm going to allow it. Opponent summon their monster. This is why I allowed it, because I got this. And if you're wondering why it doesn't work, it's only the monsters that they currently control that can't be destroyed. I'm going to put back 2 Flashing Fires, and draw myself 2 cards. My opponent is attempting to go into the battle phase. I know it doesn't say it, but it's assumed. Now, I could negate or destroy a spell, but not going to do that. They're going to attempt to attack. I'm going to use Stinkbug. Now, opponent has 26 cards left in the deck, which is a lot for me to get over. So, I'm going to summon a Horneedle, put this to defense mode, and set a card. My opponent is going to attempt to destroy this, as he does have a Cyclone. So I'm going to attempt to battle, and it's going to get skipped. So I'm going to do that. Now this is not an activation of a card, so it is difficult. If I let my card get destroyed, I won't be allowed to put back any of my Runick cards. I don't have any right now, and any of these, because I've already gone into Huggin, cannot turn into another Rune Fountain. So I think my best option is to let it go. He's going to summon his monster and activate its effect. I'm going to use Sunflower, send the top because of my deck to the graveyard to negate and destroy. He's going to flip that. Yeah, I have to let that go. Going to attempt to battle, attack of that. Yeah, I just have to let it go. Yep, again, can't just have to let it go. Now I'm going to use Mole Cricket, as I definitely have enough room on my field now, for Anshel and Camula. And go for Camula effect. Ooh, I just realized I have the last Secret Tree in hand. Yeah, probably should have been paying attention more. I'm going to... Nope, no. I'm going to go into a Synchro Monster, for sure. Using this, this, and this. I can't battle, so I'm going to activate this, getting the last card from my opponent's hand. I have so many cards I could activate right now, so I might as well activate one of them. That's not what I clicked on. Well, I'll submit this, I guess. I'll add this my grave to hand. And I'll activate Fountain. Actually, that is exactly what I clicked on. I meant to do this. I'll activate Blessings to, I don't know, Sunflower. Battle phase skipped. Attempting to attack. Yeah, I'll use Slumber. And I'll activate Runick Fountain, put these two back. This comes back, and my opponent's card goes back. So at this point, I think I'm not getting any. I'm really looking for a Flashing Fire. I have none in my graveyard, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. None in my graveyard. I'm going to activate this to get rid of a card from my opponent's hand. And attempt to battle. Battle phase is going to get skipped, and I'm going to toss this and this. My opponent summoned, so I can activate Camelot. Camelot is going to summon to my field Horn Needle. My opponent just summoned a monster. I'm going to use this, summon this back. Attempt to use its effect. I'm going to send the top two cards of my deck to the graveyard to negate that. Once attempting to use something in the graveyard. I'm just confirming. That was, yeah. I can't do anything against that. Attempt to summon. Yeah. Add to hand. Actually, never mind. On summon, I do have an effect, however. Activate this, sending this to my graveyard. Attempt to battle. I see. Well, as you are going to attempt to battle, I'm going to be the one activating Slumber. And Runick Fountain to put all three of these back. Runick Fountain doesn't actually help me by getting me more cards in my deck. I technically have the same amount of cards. This will come back. At this point, I finally got the Flashing Fire to destroy my opponent's card. And as I'm probably not going to activate any more Runick cards, I'm just going to put this back. Flashing Fire, I'll add to hand. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in hand. That is a lot. That's more than 7, so I'm going to have to start setting a couple cards. I'm going to set this, I'm at 8, this, 7, and this. That's 6. That is enough. Battle, skip turn. I forgot to use this during my opponent's turn. But I can do this to put this back into my graveyard. And use this during the main phase to get rid of my opponent's card. And it's just going to skip turn. I'm not going to complain. This will come back. My turn. You and you to attack mode. In addition, I'm actually going to go into a Synchro Monster. Powerful one at that. Because I can actually battle for once. And that's game. Control my opponent until they have no cards really to use. Then eventually I just beat down my opponent or make them mill. And that's Runick Manchuria. It's a entirety. If you like this, maybe click the subscribe button, maybe click like. If you regret your decision, you can always re-click it again. And why not? If you have any suggestions, suggest it down below. If you have a deck I want to cover, or any band cards you think I should cover, talk about it in the comments.